Howdy, it's Uncle Paul, and this week I want to talk about how to keep my gear dry. Ethan's been very needy lately, so he's taking his teddy bear to school with him. Don't forget the seatbelt.
I was actually going to do that because if he falls forward, it's going to come up.
Yeah, that's right. You won't be able to steer.
That's so stupid.
Howdy again. Okay, well, as you know, most of you probably, there's a lot of people that have just started the trail. Some have been out there for several weeks now, the Appalachian Trail, and they're getting a lot of bad weather. They're getting a lot of rain, and some of them have talked about keeping their stuff dry. And here in Central Texas, we've also been getting some rain lately, and really today it's overcast now, and pretty much the rest of this week they're calling for rain every day. So I wanted to talk about keeping my stuff dry, but of course ask you guys questions about how you keep things dry. Okay, now I have an Osprey Exos 58 liter. And I love it, and I'll talk more about the pack in a minute. But what I do is I put a compactor bag as a liner for my backpack. And then in that compactor bag, I will put my quilt, my down quilt. I will also put, oh, by the way, and that was a Z-Packs stuff sack, dry sack, and I have another Z-Packs dry sack right here, and this would have my clothes in it, and so I put that in there next. And then if I felt the need, like it might rain, I would go ahead and put my electronics down in this compactor bag, and then those are pretty much the only items I would put in there. Then I would just kind of fold this over, roll it, fold it over, and then just keep rolling it down and stuffing it down in there. And then I would start packing everything else, my tent and all that. Okay, now I got everything else packed in there. And if I'm going to use the brain, then this flap right here, I would tuck down in there, tighten it up, the top up, cinch it up. Then the brain I would snap down. When I ordered my Osprey backpack here, I also ordered a pack cover, and this comes in at 3.8 ounces. So I carry this with me on shakedown hikes, and have used it. I carried it with me on the AT. It only sprinkled on me. It didn't rain very hard, so I never used it, but I had it with me. Now, what I've been thinking and considering since last year, a few days on the AT, trying to save some pack weight, I was considering not bringing my pack cover. Now, since then, I have watched some videos, one quite a few months ago from a thru hiker, one more recently on Not By Sight, that's Disciple, and he has the exact same pack that I do. He started off with it, different color though, but he said that the Osprey, and so did this other YouTuber, said that this Osprey will collect a lot of water. When it rains hard, it gets heavy. Now, I feel comfortable that I have my essentials protected down here in the compactor bag and in the stuff sacks that they're in, and so I feel like they'll stay dry. but I really don't want the extra weight. And as you know, you're going to have probably a lot of rain on the Appalachian Trail. So I'm reconsidering. I will probably take this pack cover. Here, let me put it on. Oh! So the pack has its own little stuff sack that's attached to it, and up at the top it has this elastic band, and it has clips. Where are the clips? That you can, has clips here that you can clip it and secure it here at the top, and then at the bottom it has the string that you can tighten it all up with. And so it covers it very well, and I'm happy with it. Okay, okay. Yes, baby. Are you wanting a treat? Do you want a treat? Okay, hold on. And see, they look like Cheez-Its. They don't taste like Cheez-Its, but they're all right. There you go. I'll give you more. Here you go. I know. I took a bite out of it here. Dog doesn't want to eat after me. How about this one? Will you take that? Don't be picky. Okay, so this will help, you know, shed most of the rain that might get in the pack, and it would be lighter. So I think probably having this pack cover is worth it. Now another way to keep your pack dry that people do is they use their poncho. Now, I don't have your toy. Oh, okay, let me pay some attention to this. Oh! Okay, now I plan on taking a poncho when I get back out on the AT. Now, this is the poncho that I've used on my shakedown hikes, and I had it with me on the AT last year. It kept me warm, but it's not long enough. I think it was for a kid. I know that a lot of people will use their poncho to keep them dry as much as possible and put it over their pack as well. I don't want to do that. I want to take a poncho, but I don't want to use it to try to cover my pack. So I don't plan on taking a rain jacket or rain pants, at least not starting out. I'm going to start off with a poncho. So guys, give me your advice on ponchos. What brand you like, and you know, weights, different things like that. I plan on wearing my poncho and then wearing my pack over the poncho. That's how I've done it. Keeps it tighter into me, so not as much air gets in. It still has good airflow, but you don't have as much of the rain and the cold wind coming in underneath the poncho. So please comment below as far as, especially as far as ponchos, and what you do to keep your gear dry. Okay guys, I want to remind you of our subscriber day hike, 1 week away, next Saturday, February the 24th at 9 a.m. at the basically Lake Georgetown. There's the Goodwater Loop Trail that goes around the lake. We're not going to do the whole loop, but where we're going to start is at the Cedar Breaks Trailhead. And we're going to go in approximately 2.5 miles. There'll be a sign there that says Crockett Falls, basically, and we'll turn around and come back out the same way we went in. So if you're running late and you get a late start, you'll either catch up with us or catch us on the way back. I know that I'm going to be going slow. I always hike slowly, but this is a rugged trail. It's got a lot of roots and rocks, a lot of ups and downs, no major inclines or anything like that, but it's still kind of rough, and really you should use your trekking poles and bring some kind of hiking stick or something if you don't have trekking poles, especially if it's going to be wet. It could be raining, and I still plan on being out there even if it's raining. It's going to be tough on me. I haven't been out on a trail in a good while, and so I've been trying to get my legs and my back and my knee, and particularly ready for this. But it's going to be it's going to push me. This hike is. So anyway, guys, I'm going to bring this little backpack with me, just enough to hold some water and some snacks. Probably, I'm going to bring at least 3 liters of water, because even with the rain, there should be like a creek where we could get some water, but I'm not going to count on that. I'm going to try to just pack all the water in that I need. And so I'll put all this information, once again, a link down below to where you can print off a map if you want to, and where it has the address and everything. So guys, just want to remind you that I'm looking forward to it. Good Sunday morning. Well, yesterday I put out a special video yesterday afternoon entitled Urgent. It came to my attention by Gucci Girl and Grumpy. There was a lady that she has a YouTube channel, and she's about to start through hiking this month, the end of February, when her stepson went missing. And so she sat down with other members of her family, and they made a video, asking, especially people who hike and who go out on trails and out in the woods, to look for their stepson, their son. He's from the DFW area, or at least part of their family. He left from Dallas-Fort Worth on February 12th. He looks to be in his 20s, and he loves nature. They believe he's suicidal, and that he's going out into nature somewhere out in the woods with no support, didn't have any of his hiking gear or really any good, clothes for this time of year, and was just going to basically die in the woods, just naturally, starve himself, not be protected in any way. So they've made this video, and I'll put a link below to that video, and they describe what vehicle, what it looked like, some special things about it. They have pictures of him, and they say he's not dangerous. He's not, if someone was to approach him, he's not going to harm anyone. And so I know that many of my subscribers, I'm here in Texas, many of my subscribers are here in Texas. This is a holiday weekend. He hadn't been missing real long. And he might be in Texas out on some trail somewhere. You might see him if you're out. But he could be anywhere in the country, really. And so anybody out there, whatever trail you're doing in the next few days or whenever, you might run into this young man. So please go look at that video and get as much information from it as you can. And, maybe, Lord willing, someone will find him and get him some help. So anyway, I had that. I didn't want to just tag it on the end of this week's video. That's why I made the video yesterday as well. Okay, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let's keep going from fat to full of life, and I'll see you next week.